Hey there. I know you're wondering why this guy got two cymbals sitting out, and I'll tell you why. I was reading actually a few minutes ago, and people were talking about some cymbals being stolen. And one guy made a statement that he takes a marker and actually writes his name inside the bell. Well, that's not going to do you too good. If someone has some solvent and wipes it off, you could, if the cymbal was um, something that was passed down and it was symbolic to you, or it was expensive and not a major brand that actually has serial numbers on it, you could take it to a jewelry store and have a number etched in it. That way, there's a few companies that actually have serial numbers. One is Nano, and I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard to see. Put it right side up, and it might be easier to read. Let's see if I can switch some things around here and maybe get the light behind me. So you can see these better. And you're not going to be able to see no matter what. But this, it states that it was made in Germany, Roland Meinl, 2004, 114198. Now those are nice cymbals. And then you have your Zeldins, which this is an 18-inch China cymbal, and the serial number starts out with BJ102262044. Hard to see on these. But the BJ means that it's 2020, and then you have the batch number, and the last three numbers, 044, is the number this cymbal was when it was actually produced. So each one has a different number. You will not get the same number no matter what. And it's kind of interesting that the weight specs that they have to meet for the China cymbals are 1 pound 2 ounces or 1 pound and 4 ounces. And they only use the most experienced lace operator to make them. Yeah, they're not the most expensive, but they're the easiest ones to goof up. And then every single cymbal that leaves that factory is actually tested by Leon or Jeff. That's every single one, and every one is unique. And Zeldin started putting serial numbers on them back in 1994. Before it was just a 2-letter year code, and it was rolled and such. Anyway, with the actual serial numbers on there, you can actually go to your insurance company and register your cymbals and have them insured. A lot of people walk by a drum set and they're like, oh wow, nice drum set. They have no clue what all is involved and what items cost the most and such. You know, it could be something simple. You know, yeah, wow, nice looking drum set, and it'll be you know, clear or whatever, you know, that caught their eye, but they're not really thinking about how much the whole drum set costs, like the cymbals and such. And you can have all that insured. That way, if a fire breaks out or earthquake hits and falls and bends your cymbals and trashes your drum, um, or a tornado or hurricane or water, whatever, you can insure all that. And I think my everything in my home I'm insured for about 20,000, and that's for other things as well. But I probably should go up. I'm going to talk to my insurance agent. But I just thought this was interesting, and people might want to know that. And, you know, you got a lot of thieves out there, especially these days, with the virus going on and all that. And they're out there. They want to take your money, big time. I have watched literally people on online trying to rip people off, you know, and it kills me. I went into a store and a guy says, "Hey, would you like to try some of my specialty sticks?" And they were just wooden sticks. I says, "What makes them special?" "Well, I just had them made, so they're special." Okay, well, and he wanted an unreasonable price, and I said, "No, thank you. Just keep your sticks." I've seen people just, it's unbelievable what people are doing these days, and they will try to rip you off. Um, you know, it's amazing they try to sell things for twice as much as what they're worth. Literally. I went in looking for a rice cooker, and I couldn't believe some of the rice cookers that were 4-cup rice cookers or whatever used, and people wanted $190. Or either they'll tack that on to the shipping. I'm like, what in the world, are you people crazy? That rice cooker, I better be able to say, make rice, and snap my fingers, and it makes the rice. I don't have to do anything for $190 for 4 cups. I mean, that's ridiculous. But literally, you know, and people are good at fencing stuff. They'll rip your house off, and then they'll go and sell things and have people, you know, if I also knew of another thing that happened, that someone tried to sell me a compound bow, and I looked at it, and I had my doubts about the guy anyway. But I looked at it and had a serial number on it, and I went, no. And he wanted like $90 for it. And I was thinking, no. And by looking at that, I says, the price for that's a little bit cheap, but something has to be wrong with it. And sure enough, it was a stolen bow. Evidently, he didn't know it, but he was hurting for the money. And that's what a lot of people do, is they'll sell stuff. I tried to sell I can tell you right now that I sold a computer, and I wanted $400 for it. And I had people sending me messages, "Oh, you know it's not worth that much, blah, 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 blah," when it was worth a lot more, actually. I just sold it for what it was worth. I also sold a CPU, and same guys, "Oh, you know it's not worth that much, you know, blah, blah, blah," but if you went on to eBay, you would see it sell for like, you know, 50% more. I was just selling it because I had no use for it, and it's sitting around the house, and I'm afraid it's going to get broken or the pin's bent or something like that. So why not sell it? and I sell things a lot when I do sell for a lot cheaper than what they're worth. You know, just to move them and get them out of the house. And everything that I've sold, though, I have bought and have receipts for from stores and so forth. Um, you know, and I'm very honest, but you look at some of these crooks online, and so here's a caution to you as well. If you're going to buy Cymbals online, um, ask the person what the serial number is, and you can actually track it and see. If you go, like if it's a Zelgin, you can go to the Zelgin um, page, and you can actually see when that cymbal was made. If it was 94 or newer, you can see when that cymbal was made, the batch number, and what number that cymbal actually was. And from there, if you needed to, you could probably run it past other people like police or anything and see if any cymbal has been stolen. Because I actually was ripped off for a set of drums, and I should give the guy's name, but instead I'm sure his church is going to take care of him. He wanted, I think it was $75 for a used set of drums, and I was like, well, that's almost impossible. But he was showing that he was at a church, and this was in South Carolina, and he was showing that he was in a church and that he was actually going to give them away, which is not unusual for people to give away musical instruments. Not unusual at all. And but he was just asking the price for the shipping and stuff, and it came up to about $70. And so I asked him again, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so I transferred the $70, and he was going to send me he told me he would send me the tracking number, which of course he never did. And you know, like they say, hindsight's 20/20. But I ended up running his name, and this guy had a rap sheet bigger than my arm, longer than my arm. I mean, you know, for theft and everything else. But he did put down that he was living at this church, so I contacted the pastor or minister of that church, and I let her know what had happened, and showed her, put a link to the page where he was selling them, and where it showed her or the church's address and everything. And I says, if you know this guy, you might want to talk to him and tell him to do the right thing and give my money back, you know. Or, you know, if he doesn't want to do that, that's fine. I could have called the police, but it was a matter of this guy being a punk and just trying to take money. And he went under a couple of other names too, and all the names had the same. They had the same rap sheet. But anyway, you got to be careful out there, people. Get the serial numbers off stuff. Yeah, I mean it's a symbol, but think of it if it was a pistol or a shotgun, and you were buying a new one or buying one used, you would want the serial numbers and have it cross-checked to make sure that it is not stolen. You know, and I know a lot of thieves don't even think that cymbals have serial numbers, but they do. And I took these off of my set in the bedroom just to get out here in the light, so you could see them better, even though the numbers didn't show up in the camera, but they're there, and I have receipts for them, you know. But anyway, that's just something to think about. I thought I'd throw this in there and a little bit of information about Zelgin, which I think is pretty cool. You know, there's not a single cymbal that is alike that comes out of the Zelgin factory, not one. And I understand pasty they also put serial numbers on, and there may be others, but I'm not sure of the others. Anyway, I just thought I'd pass that along. And anyway, if you find this interesting, give me a thumbs up. And if you got any more information, feel free to comment. I don't give very many comments. I think the most comments I had was when I put the drum heads on. But I like comments. Yeah. And if you want to, you can send me cake too. I like cake. And so you guys stay safe, and I will not make another one until next year, because today is December 31st and tomorrow will be the 1st. So y'all stay safe and have a great day and a happy new year, and don't forget to follow. Thanks. Take it easy.
Yeah.